Fairfield area weather forecast calling for cloudy skies today, high 48. 30% chance for rain tonight, low 35. Partly cloudy, 52 tomorrow for Wednesday. Partly cloudy, high 53. Rain back in the forecast for Thursday with a high 62. And for Friday, scattered showers, a little bit cooler with a high 45 on Friday. Overnight low 39. Yesterday's high was 49. Currently, humidity at 92%. Winds are calm. And the pressure at 29.9. Right now, we've got cloudy skies and 42 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back.
I've got to tell you all about that trip here in just a second. But Denny Reese is with us. Denny, thank you for coming in and being a part of Morning Coffee.
Well, thank you, Mike and Mark, and I want to say it's nice to be here, and I've been involved in some good radio and bad radio, and you guys are doing some good radio.
Oh, well, you're very kind. That's why we're going to have you back.
Man.
We can settle up after the show.
I was going to say, your check will be in the mail.
Right.
Denny is really the connection to a couple of our more interesting guests. Not that we don't have always interesting guests, but he's the guy that set it up for us to be able to talk to Eddie Munster, Butch Patrick, as well as Ronnie Shell, who played on the... Here's the interesting... We'll get into this in a few minutes. But Denny's written a book that's going to be published this summer about the Gomer Pyle TV series.
Really?
Yes.
So we're gonna find out about that in a few minutes. What I did Thursday through Saturday night late, Carol and I went to Kansas City. I spoke at the National Association of Farm Broadcasters. The topic was doing radio right, so I had to go look at other radio stations to be able to talk.
Who'd you visit on the way out there to find out?
We went on the train. It was very interesting. And went to a Kansas basketball game. You know my passion for that.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that thoroughly.
They didn't lose.
No, they beat Monmouth by 55.
And then Monmouth poured it on right at the end.
Oh, that was a very controversial call. You know, what happened, they were up by 55. The kid from Kansas pulled up the ball and put it on his hip. And a kid from Monmouth with like 5 seconds left, down by 55, stole it and went in and jammed it. Then there was a fight. So,
well,
anyway,
of course there would be.
Oh, it was very upsetting.
Anybody get hit on the head with anything?
No.
Okay.
No, there were no helmets flying.
No helmets flying, no basketballs flying or anything? Okay.
No. Well, the interesting part is on the train on the way back, we stopped. One of the stops was Herman, Missouri.
Yes, love Herman. It's a great weekend trip.
The train, which was nearly empty, totally filled with absolutely sauced. I'm talking about 100 drunk, wine-smelling people who made the rest of the trip an incredible wine. Right? What's that?
Oh, no, Tom was.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. It was so funny. They said that happens every Saturday night.
Oh, I can believe
People
that.
go out Saturday morning, they ride the train out to Herman, so they don't have to drive their car, thank God.
Yeah.
They get back on the train, and they're gassed on the way back for the last 45 minutes to St. Louis.
They sleep it off on the way home, right?
Well, I was worried getting in the car to get out of the parking lot because they didn't sleep there at the train station, you know.
Man.
Anyway, we had a great
All right.
time. It was great.
So I went to the Chris Kindle Market over in Ferdinand, Indiana.
I've never heard of it.
Okay. Well, you know, it's kind of a German Christmas market is what it is.
Yeah.
So I went to that. It was okay. Wasn't
didn't
what
live
I
up to its-
expected.
okay.
But we did get to go to the Schnitzel King.
I'm
Sorry, the Schnitzel Bank.
Yeah, a little
The
Deutsch
Schnitzel
food.
Bank after
Yeah.
after we went there over in Jasper.
And what did you
Indiana. Schnitzel? Of course.
Schnitzel?
I had Wiener Schnitzel and potato pancakes, man.
Oh.
Come on.
I'll tell you, that's my heritage, you know.
Well, yeah.
My grandfather used to make that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. You know, so I mean, strong. Okay, so Denny, what's your nationality?
I believe it goes back to Scotland and England.
Scotland. Yeah. So Reese is a Scottish name.
I believe so. And then my mother's maiden name was Bunting, and there was two brothers came from England.
I wonder if he's in relation to Sheldon.
Well, one of them had 2 kids, and one of them had like 11. So
Oh.
I'm related to the one who only had 2.
All right.
Okay.
Where do you live, Denny?
And Grayville.
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 All right.
Okay.
On the Wabash.
On the Wabash. Well, we're going to get in more. But guess what I have in my hand?
I'm afraid to ask.
It's the Bucket of Bunk.
Tuning in the radio, listening to Mike and Mark. It's that time once again for the Bucket of Bunk. Bucket of Bunk, Bucket of Bunk.
Hear the background? Hear the background? Listen.
Bucket of Bunk, Bucket of Bunk.
Getting better.
Learning something new every day. Hey, Bucket of Bunk.
I'm here to teach you something new. Belly up to the trough of knowledge and slurp.
Yeah.
Here we go. Thank you, Derek. Double D for that intro. Imogene Coca was born on this date in 1908. She died in 2001 at the age of 92. Imogene played opposite Sid Caesar in Your Show of Shows, which was huge in the 1950s.
Yeah.
But she stuck around for like 50 years. Had started in vaudeville, but she made TV in her 40s. That's when the Show of Shows started. Got an Emmy at the age of 80 for an episode of Moonlighting. Remember that with Bruce Willis?
With Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd.
Yes. She was, if you'll remember, do you remember her from the National Lampoon Vacation movie?
Was she the grandmother?
She was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, Aunt. It was Aunt Edna.
Oh,
Aunt
she was the
Edna,
one.
okay.
Remember they put her up. They
Oh
strapped
my
her
gosh,
up.
I worked with Aunt Edna.
Really?
There was an Aunt Edna at McLeansboro radio station.
Oh, okay.
There you go. He also worked at WMCL back in the day.
Back in the
Didn't he?
day, okay.
Anyway, Aunt Edna, that was a great part of the National Lampoon Vacation series. She suffered late in her life with Alzheimer's. She had 2 husbands. She was widowed twice.
Ooh.
And so, what a great name from TV past, Imogene Coca.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Nealon is 65 today. I didn't realize he was that.
He did
that
the
old.
Weekend Update for Saturday Night
Saturday
Live
Night
for a while,
Live
didn't he?
several times. But it was the Saturday Night Live skit about the impeachment hearing, the lamest 5 minutes open in Saturday Night Live history.
I do not watch
I
Saturday
didn't
Night
even
Live in a long
chuckle.
time.
It was
at
terrible.
Did you see it, Denny?
Saturday Night Live's really gone downhill. I mean, I have to say that.
There's so much you could have done with that.
Right,
You know what I
sure.
mean? They didn't do anything. It was horrible. Anyway, Kevin Nealon is from St. Louis.
I did not know that.
Yes, he
Was
Saturday Night
was he
Live.
on the train coming back from Herman?
No, he
Okay.
wasn't. I would have recognized him. He also has an HBO series right now called Weeds that is on.
Okay.
Moved to L.A. early in life from St. Louis. Started his stand-up while he was tending bar on the side. His big break was getting a spot on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson in 1984. In 86, his friend Dana Carvey recruited him to be on Saturday Night Live. There he played France.
France?
Remember?
Yeah.
We're going to pump you up.
Uh-huh.
And he also had spots. He was Subliminal Man. He did the Weekend Update. In movies, he's done quite a few movies. Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer. He was in Anger Management. He's been in many Adam Sandler films. He alleged he was wiretapped by a private investigator working for Ringling Brothers. Yes, because he's an animal rights activist, and he had publicly said a lot of ugly things about how they treated their elephants.
Okay.
He says he was wiretapped.
Okay.
Married 2 times, 1 kid. You know when you get those folks from PETA all bent out of shape about you.
No.
Owen Wilson, born on this date. He's 51 today.
Mm-hmm.
3 kids with 3 different women that he didn't choose to marry.
Ah, okay.
He
He played the field.
He did. He
He's
also
a player.
He also played in Zoolander. Remember in that?
Yep.
Shanghai Noon. I remember him early on in the action film Behind Enemy Lines.
I remember that one.
Don't
yeah.
remember that one.
Denny, that was one where he was. I think it was based on a true story.
Yeah, he was a fighter pilot.
Okay.
And he went down behind the lines in the Croatia or someplace
Serbia,
like that.
Croatia,
Yeah.
somewhere.
And he had to live off of, taking water off of leaves, and it was just amazing. And on the run constantly. They saved him anyway. A former girlfriend was Sheryl Crow. Actually, she wrote a song about him called "Safe and Secure."
Really?
Yeah, they didn't last.
No. She probably wrote the song about him after they broke up, and they probably broke up because she only uses one sheet.
You never heard that story, Denny?
Oh, I don't guess I have.
Sheryl Crow, the singer, the one who obviously was a girlfriend of Owen Wilson, as well as Lance Armstrong and a couple of two or three other guys. She was on the Country Music Awards show.
Well, she's going to be touring this summer with Chris Stapleton and somebody else.
I'm going to tell you something. The work on her has been good.
Yeah.
Whoever did the work on
Knew
her,
what they were doing?
I need to hire them to help me.
Okay.
Anyway, where was I going with the story?
Sheryl Crow in the one sheet.
Sheryl Crow
She's
said
got three sheets to the one. She's one sheet.
environmentally that when we go to the bathroom, we should only use one square.
Oh, I've heard you talk about that on the air.
Yes, yes. And and the average, we did the research, 8 squares, and I'm willing to say that I've bumped that limit many times. I'm a multi-square guy.
I think
Okay.
about one roll is about normal, isn't it?
He had a very dark time. I'm probably post Sheryl Crow. I'm talking about Owen Wilson now. April 2007, he attempted suicide while shooting a movie with his friend Ben Stiller. And he was replaced in that movie by Matthew McConaughey. It was called Tropic Thunder.
That was the parody of like Platoon and
Oh,
Like Robert Downey Jr. was in that?
yeah.
I think you're right. Anyway, he doesn't do many interviews since because he didn't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Older brother Andrew and his younger brother Luke both are actors as well.
Uh-huh.
On this date in 1865, Samuel L. Clemens published The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County under a pen name.
Mark Twain?
That was at the New York Saturday Press. That's where it was published. 1928, the first successful sound synchronized animated cartoon premiered in New York. It was
Steamboat Willie?
Steamboat Willie by Walt Disney. Thank you very much. 1951.
It's because I watched that over the weekend.
Did you really?
I didn't. I saw it on because I signed up for Disney Plus over the weekend.
Did you?
Yep.
Are you happy? Well, you're going to find
Yeah,
out.
so far I'm happy. I've watched.
Did you know that's where Odie went? Odie was in
Yeah,
the Magic
I saw
Kingdom.
some photos on Facebook. Yeah.
We'll find out about that on Wednesday.
They all had matching T-shirts on.
He looks particularly good with ears on. Don't you think? Ken Odie will be here. KO Wednesday. Chuck Connors on this date in 1951 with the Los Angeles Angels became the first player to oppose the Major League Draft. He was later an actor.
Didn't he also play in the NFL?
I don't know
Chuck
that.
Connors? I thought he did.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Anyway, the rifleman is what he ended up doing instead of playing baseball. 1966, Sandy Koufax announced his retirement. He only was at his height for 5 or 6 years and was so dominant that he got into the Hall of Fame on those 5 or 6 years.
And I think he was still right at the tail end of the height of his career when he retired. He retired early, didn't he?
Did you? Yes, and I saw a picture of him. He was at the game, the Dodgers game, late in the season. He's 80-something.
Yeah.
He looks like he can still pitch. I mean, he looks great. Had some great work done, whoever did him and Sheryl Crow.
Same doctor, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
1966, Roman Catholic bishops did away with the rule against eating meat on Fridays. Did you know that?
No,
85. Do you remember this one? Joe Theismann of the Redskins broke his leg after being hit by Lawrence Taylor. It was
I remember that one. That was one of the most gruesome videos I've ever seen.
Oh, it was terrible. Theismann, Joe Theismann. Remember, his real name was Joe Theismann.
Oh, really?
Notre Dame changed the way you pronounced his name because
So
they
it
wanted
rhymed with Heisman.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yes, yes. Music history, Fats Domino in 1956 appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show and performed his hit Blueberry Hill.
Found his thrills.
64, the Supremes and the Righteous Brothers appeared on Shindig. You remember Shindig?
I do not remember Shindig.
It was a show. It was on in the afternoons. Paul McCartney's birth certificate was sold in 1990 on this date for $18,000 at an auction.
Well, it's a good thing he already had his passport.
Yes, that's for sure, because he already got rid of his birth certificate. 1997, John Denver's last recording, the Unplugged Collection, released in the United States. I love John Denver.
Yeah.
I really did.
John Denver is a good one.
It's sort of the same feeling about him as I feel about Karen Carpenter for some reason. They were just feel-good artists in that span of time.
Yeah.
I listened to quite a bit of them. Question of the day, didn't get a lot of traction. About 1,000 people saw it. 139 votes. The question was this. Are anti-smoking ads effective? And we've got a pretty predictable answer. Diddy Reese is with us, and we're going to do more morning coffee after this break.
You know when you gotta be somewhere, it's like really urgent. You don't want to do it over the phone. Some things just can't be said with an LOL or an OMG. Some things just need to be done IRL. So you get in your Nissan Altima and drive. Feel the VC turbo engine instantly react to give you more power and efficiency, so you can get where you need to go.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Reagan made it official?
I am a candidate and will seek re-election.
AT&T split up into smaller phone companies. The Supreme Court said it was okay to videotape off TV. The LA Raiders scalped the Redskins in Super Bowl 18. In the Orange Bowl, Miami beat #1 Nebraska by 1 point for the national championship. We met the new Macintosh computer and heard all these new songs on the radio.
99 red balloons. Music plays. We need a holiday. Around your feet. Singing angels. Do the curly shuffle. In the middle of the road, yeah.
So, when were all these songs coming out of your radio? The answer and a little nibble of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
And now, the top 5 reasons to drive for Bestway Express. Number 5, free health clinic. Number 4, paid holidays. Number 3, $1,800 annual safety bonus. Number 2, no hazmat, no jack stand moves, and higher mounted airlines for easier access. And the number 1 reason, you will be home daily. Bestway Express is now hiring for multiple home daily positions. Contact Bestway at 1-833-BESTWAY or bestwayexpress.com.
January 1984.
Culture Club and Karma Chameleon, the top song of January 1984. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
At FNB, we believe in us, not us, the bank, us, the farmers, us, the families, us, the community. That's why we continuously and proudly support, invest in, and volunteer throughout our region. So whether you're from Fairfield, Wayne City, Sisney, Grayville, or anywhere in between, you'll always find a friendly and helpful neighbor right here at home. FNB, Banking Business Life. Member FDIC.
My secret for staying healthy over the years? I love being outdoors. I'm also what you might call a weekend warrior, which does come with a share of bumps and bruises. Luckily, I've got great coverage through Health Alliance. I know I'm covered if anything happens. Plus, they offer free virtual visits and a great mobile app. If you're looking for health insurance, get insurance for real life. Get Health Alliance. See how much you can save at healthalliance.org/plans.
It's good to be back in the saddle here. Took a couple of days off. Did some best of Dreiths in the morning, so I didn't have to think hard while I was gone. You know what I mean? Not that I think very hard.
If you're taking a couple of days off,
Take
why
a
would
couple
you
days
want to
off.
think hard?
There'd be no thinking to it whatsoever. Denny Reese was. He's from Grayville. He's a friend of the show. I would call him that because he helps us find interesting people every once in a while to put on the air. And he's written a book about
some interesting people.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that in a second. The question of the day, are anti-smoking ads effective? I find many of the television ones cringeworthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to scare people. That's exactly. And I, for whatever reason, I cringe. Have you ever smoked?
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have one every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
it's kind of like
Never. I never was interested in it. I tell you what happened. If you're a little kid and you're one of your parents smokes, back in the day where it was totally acceptable to have all the windows rolled up in the car and in the winter.
You got enough smoke.
That was it. I mean, I decided.
Yeah, there was no rolling the window down part way.
No, 6 or 7. Wow, plumes would have come out the side of the car, and so I decided right there and then I wasn't going to be a smoker.
I'm not a smoker at all. So,
Denny, did you ever
Never
partake?
smoked and never wanted to.
Good. See what I mean? We only have quality people to show up here.
That's right.
We had 139 votes, and the question was, are anti-smoking ads effective? 116, a huge number, said no, they're not effective.
No.
And 23 said yes. So, decidedly against.
Well, I think most people, when they see those anti-smoking, they get up and go to the fridge.
Yes.
For something to eat or something.
No, they don't want to see it. They don't want to deal with it, especially if they're...
Or they get up and go out and have smoke.
Now's the time.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, let's go out and have that. Let me light one up. All right, so there's the question of the day. Denny, what prompted you, and this is not your first book that you...
No, this will actually be my second book.
First book was about what?
Was a book about cats.
Cats?
Because I'm into cat rescue, or animal rescue. And
Really?
I wanted to write a book about cats, and I didn't exactly know how to go about it. So I come up with the idea of a fantasy. I'd read the book many years ago, and I know you've both heard of the Watership Down by Richard Adams.
Yes.
I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do the book similar to that, but have the main characters cats? So that's basically what this book, Cat Chronicles Warrior Brave, is about. It's about the apocalypse and cats.
An apocalyptic feline
I'm
world.
still selling books. I'm going to be in Mount Carmel next month for their Christmas downtown, selling books at their museum.
Wow.
That's
pretty neat.
So
home of the original radio Lone Ranger is from Mount Carmel.
Yes, that's right.
Really? I didn't know that.
Didn't you not? Did you not know that?
No,
yes.
I did not know that.
Brace Beamer, right, Mike?
Yes, that's right. And they've finally started to capitalize on that.
They
just
sure
like
have. They got to have a lot of memorabilia there in the museum.
Just like Chester is trying to capitalize on Popeye.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so now you come across, what prompted you to decide to do a book about the Gomer Pyle USMC television show?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Gomer Pyle, and it sort of was forgotten for a long time because of Andy Griffith. And there's been so many books written on Andy Griffith's show, and they're still writing them.
Sure they are.
And I did some research, and there's never been hardly anything written about Gomer Pyle. And even Goober has a book. I mean, come on.
George Lindsay has a book
Goober,
about being
Goober was a minor character compared to Gomer.
Well, his
cousin.
Cousin, but I mean, Gomer had his own series, and actually the series was more popular at one time
than Andy Griffith.
Than Andy Griffith's show.
I think we were talking, I did a little research when we talked to Ronnie Shell, and it was, for 5 years, it was in the top 5. I think only Bonanza bested it a couple of years.
Right, but then that was one thing because of I knew how popular Mayberry was, and this was something new that hadn't been written about. And then MeTV put it back on the air after probably 20-year absence almost.
And so you have a whole new generation of people that were
and then,
interested
in December of 2017, November 30th actually, Jim Neighbors passed away.
Yeah. Right.
And that prompted me. I said, it's time to do it. And I learned Ronnie Shell was still alive.
And so you reached out to him?
Well, it was kind of funny how I found him. Of course, we have a group on Facebook called Gomer Says Hey, with about 1,900 members.
1,900 members.
Hey to Gomer.
And I had a call. I work sometimes do work in a gourmet restaurant, and I had worked probably 13 hours one Mother's Day. Got home that night, and someone who was online had contacted me from the group, and he says, "I think I can help you with your book." He was in Georgia, and that guy named Steve Barfield, and he said, "I'm a big collector. I have a museum in my backyard, nothing but Andy Griffith stuff."
Really?
And I said, "Well, I'll talk."
I imagine that's very collectible.
I said,
Griffith's.
I'll talk to you sometime." He said, it was about 11 o'clock at night. He said, "Call me now, I'm up." So I called him on the telephone in Calhoun, Georgia, and talked to him for an hour. And he says, "I know who can help you with your book." I said, "Who's that?" He said, "Ronnie Shell." I said, "Well, I have an agent friend in Hollywood who sent him an email, but I heard Ronnie doesn't really like to do internet." "Oh, he doesn't," but he said, he'll help you. I said, "Well, how do I get in touch with him?" He said, "Can you come to he's getting ready to have a big Mayberry Fest or something down there in the theater." He said, "Just come to my house." Said, "Ronnie's going to be here the last weekend of June. You'll have unlimited access to him."
Uh-huh.
So I went.
Wow.
And you had a long conversation with him.
Right.
You took notes. And
Ronnie and I just hit it off. You've talked to him. You both talked
yes,
to him.
he was fun.
That's the kind of guy he is.
We enjoyed that hour.
He spent his life in show business, and he's sort of on all the time. I mean, when you talk to him. But
a lovable, smart aleck, wouldn't you say,
Yeah.
Turner?
Well, I wouldn't call him a smart aleck. I'd call him something else. But
We're on the radio, dude.
Well, notice I didn't say that.
I know. But I know what you were
when
thinking.
when you see him in person, he's almost always, whether it's lit or not, he has a cigar in his hand.
No kidding.
He's Of course, Frank Sutton, who played Sergeant Carter,
yes,
smoked about what, 8 or 9 a day.
Yeah, he said he inhaled.
He did.
Between that and coffee, he said it was a nonstop stream of coffee, and he died very early.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's fascinating. So that book's gonna come out this summer.
Yeah, I sent it. I noticed I was looking around online for different publishers because I published my first book. Well, I have a small press. We may not be able to talk about that today. We can talk about it sometime, called Wandering Press, and we published my first book. But I wanted to try to find a publisher for this one.
Right.
And I just found a company in Georgia, no connection to Steve, but it was called Bear Manna Media. All they publish are books about movies and TV. So I sent the publisher, Ben Ullman, email, just a random email, sort of like the time I just stopped in here on a whim to talk to you. And I said, I'm thinking about writing a book on the Gomer Pyle TV series. And he returned the email almost automatically. Said, that is mine and my son's favorite TV series. He said, if you can write that book, you've got a contract. And he sent me a contract in the mail.
Really?
Yeah.
So how many pages?
Maybe a little over 200, I think. I don't know.
See, I don't know if I can dedicate
So
it.
it's basically an evening of reading, maybe a weekend.
Probably, yeah. And during all this time, I mean, you wouldn't believe the incredible things that happened to me during the time of trying to get this book written. I mean, my childhood home that I've lived in almost all my life, burned to the ground.
Oh, my.
I learned in February of 2018 that I had kidney disease.
Oh,
sorry to hear that.
And it's just one thing after another. But I persevered, and the book's completed.
Well, we're definitely going to have you back, but I'd like to have you back when it's time to publish the book, so we can talk about that as well. Well, among other things, news, things that are going on.
Sad to hear about the Vandalia situation.
Oh, it was horrible.
That was terrible over the weekend.
And that just blew up online.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So
four people.
Right.
The principal of Vandalia High School, Randy Protz.
Right.
His mother and father. His daughter was and one of her friends were in the car. And they were coming down 185.
After the football game.
After the football game in Williamsville, coming home. And a driver crossed the center line and collided head on. And
that was that.
All four lost their lives. And
so our prayers to Vandalia.
They had a big candlelight vigil last night up there.
You know how that would rock this town.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure it rocked Vandalia
I'm sure it did
to the core as well.
Well, news over the weekend. Charlie's Angels, the movie, the new one, the latest one.
There's another one?
There's another one. It totaled $8.6 million for 3 days. That's a total write-off unless some foreign territories suddenly love it. It's going to be ditched. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
And this is Doc.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
But is the professor there?
The professor, that would be
Vaughn. Jeff Vaughn.
No, there's another one. You've got one there right now.
You sure have.
Oh, you know Denny.
When he's like you said, and we was listening to WMCL before we started over there with you guys.
Okay.
And the professor, ask the professor, is Aunt Edna still alive? Edna?
Edna passed away a couple years ago.
Okay, I didn't know.
Do you remember Vern Henry?
What about then these trivia questions? If you brought them, what did Butch and Ron? Do you think write them for the professor? He'll know. Butch and Rhonda used to be on the Cousin Eddie show.
No, she did some questions too. Yeah.
Yes, well, and then the professor, that one time we was out there working out there on a grain bin, and he said he went and watched that Scooby-Doo movie, that one, and he said that dog looked fake. It wasn't a cartoon. It was kind of, I don't know what the professor will know. Okay.
All right.
I'll see you.
Thanks,
okay,
Doc.
Thank you. Well, you're well known.
I think it was a guy in a dog suit. What I think it was.
What happened to WMCL?
Well, they just decided to close it down one day and turn it into a satellite station. But I can tell you the story about what the day they did it.
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie was on the air.
Right.
And the owner had called him during the Newsbreak. He decided to call her back. She said, wait and call him after the show went off the air. Well, he called her during the Newsbreak.
Oh, no.
And she told him the show was going to be taken off the air, but he could stay till the end of the month. Eddie went back on the air and told everybody it'd been nice and on him and went to dead air.
Oh, man.
You got to watch when you do that.
Yeah.
I just won't be here one day, okay? It won't be any announcement about it. Well, anyway, glad Doc remembers the professor. That's what you were known as?
Professor Phony.
Professional Phony. I love that.
I did the movie questions from the vault. I was locked in a vault somewhere.
And you're going to have movie questions for us today.
Right.
From the vault, apparently.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
Luke Bryan, the highest paid country act of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That's according to a new list by Forbes.
Not surprising.
Bryan comes in at number one with $42.5 million, followed by the Zac Brown Band with $38 million. Keith Urban, Blake Shelton, and Kenny Chesney round out the top five on that list. After 11 years, Donny and Marie Osmond's Las Vegas residency has finally come to a close.
So they're shutting her down, huh?
2008, the brother-sister act agreed to a 6-week contract with the Flamingo, Las Vegas, to play at their theater. It went so well that the show got extended multiple times. They performed their last Vegas residency show on Saturday, holding back tears. Would you go see Donny and Marie? Remember, she was a little bit country and he was a little bit rock and roll. Wasn't that the way it was?
I think so. Probably not.
You wouldn't go see them?
I don't think so. If I were going to Vegas, I wouldn't be going to see Donny and Marie. I'd be going to see something else, or somebody else. Maybe one of the other big name stars that have residency there.
I need feathers. I need big feathers.
Yeah.
Lola Falana.
She's still around?
I don't know. We'll get her on the air.
That's right. Oh, my. Had a couple of Arkansas chemistry professors over the weekend that made the news.
Oh, yeah?
They're facing charges of allegedly cooking up meth in their labs at the college.
Breaking Bad.
That sounds like it, doesn't it? Both professors at Henderson State University arrested last week. An investigation began after someone reported a chemical odor in the university's science center for the entire month of October.
But it wasn't Professor Phony.
Not Professor Phony. You were not involved in it.
No.
Isn't that? Here's another one. California police clerk will serve 6 years in prison for filming dozens of his officer colleagues using the bathroom. 29-year-old Sergio Nito.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Officer Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry did the same thing.
I know.
He got in trouble too. What's the fascination with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit twisted, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
This guy was sentenced for using his phone to film nearly 70 cops and department employees while in the loo.
What do you like? Burst in the stall? And
I don't
smile,
know.
You're on.
I always lock it. You have to slide underneath it if you're gonna get a picture of me. And I always keep an eye.
You know what? Maybe he had a selfie stick and he was sliding underneath.
He could, but don't you think you'd notice that? I mean, I'm kind of focused eyes front when I'm there. You know what I mean?
I saw somebody a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Using a selfie stick. First time I had seen
It's
somebody
been a
use
long
one
time.
in a
Those
long
were the
time.
rage.
Yeah.
You buy those. I
Right.
could never make it work right. Could you?
No. Well, I never had one, but I saw someone actually using one. So I was a little surprised. I mean,
Here's a lucky guy. A wedding ring is back on the finger of a bride after she thought it was gone forever. Claire Land, no relation to the legend,
Okay.
lost her wedding ring in Cocoa Beach, Florida last week when she took it off to put on sunscreen. She did it while she was in the water. Land contacted Dave Molson through a site called The Ring Finders, asking for help locating her ring. This guy comes out
With his metal detector, I bet. I'm guessing.
on the beach where she was, very little expectation they would find anything. But after 4 hours, able to find the ring buried 10 inches beneath the sand.
Do you ever watch any of those shows that had the metal detector guys on there?
No.
No, you ever seen one of those?
No. Well, but you've got a strange sense of entertainment. You watch the guy, the lady that busts pimples on
No,
the air.
not anymore. She went off the air.
She went off the air?
Yeah, well, I think she went off. I haven't seen it recently.
Oh, she burst on the scene. Thank you. Well, so anyway, this one is that they had metal detectors.
I don't think it's on anymore. This is a couple of guys.
Do you have a metal detector?
No.
How about you, Denny?
No, I don't.
No.
I've got
But
one. I got it for Christmas.
These guys would go different places, and they would search for things, and then right before a commercial, they'd show some guy. They hear the and guy would dig in there, and all of a sudden he'd jump up and go running around in circles. Wah! And then they go to commercial
like a
break.
nail or
and he'd come
something?
back and he'd find a nail or
Yeah.
a tin can or something.
I have one, and
Have you found anything?
yes, I have.
Okay.
Out on property, family property, out south of town, there was an old homestead that was abandoned. That the place is caving in.
Right. Yeah.
And my brother-in-law said, we need to go out there with our metal detectors. There's probably, you never know, there's hidden gold
Buried
somewhere.
treasure, yep.
Buried treasure out there.
You found a mason jar filled with money.
It wasn't even that. They were like old nails, door latches.
Wasn't near the Woolly Swamp then, was it?
No. It was like a wasted hour. I don't think
yeah?
I don't think I'd ever do it again.
So you've got the metal detector.
I'll use it in case I drop a ring in the ocean.
That was a big thing at one time, was metal detecting.
Sure,
I know it was.
May
big.
still be for some people.
All right.
Well, people go out in parks and stuff like that and try to find coins, old
yeah,
coins.
they do.
Denny, you got questions for us?
I sure do.
All right,
When you're
so
ready.
step up. We need the 10 questions without the answers, so
Okay.
that people can think about them during the break.
We're
Go
gonna,
ahead.
We're going to go to the movies. We're going to go to
Excellent.
1969 at the movies, 50 years ago.
1969.
Mike and I probably went. Mark, you're probably not old enough.
I think you probably misjudged his age, Denny. Go ahead.
This counterculture independent hit was basically about some freewheeling motorcyclists on their way to Louisiana for the Mardi Gras. What was it?
I think I know that one.
Okay.
Number 2. The buddy film of the year starred Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Can you name it?
I think I know that one.
Yeah.
Here's a bonus question. What was a hit song from this film?
Yeah.
I know that one.
I know that too.
Number 3. This James Bond film starred George Lazenby in his only appearance as a suave spy. What was it called?
Oh.
I think I know that one.
The big budget musical starring Barbra Streisand was the 4th highest grossing film in 1969, and it was...
Okay.
Okay.
This iconic actor, best known for westerns and war films, won his first and only Oscar. Who was he? And name the film if you wish.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know that.
I think I know that one too.
He won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for playing Rocky the MC, and They Shoot Horses, don't they? Who was he? Number 7. Can you name, please don't sing, the movie musical that starred Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin?
I know that one. I think I know that one.
Number 8. This comedian continued a string of not so well received films with 1969's Hook, Line, and Sinker. Who was he?
I don't know that I know that one. Nope.
Number 9. This singer made his last acting appearance in a film co-starring Mary Tyler Moore called Change of Habit. Who was he?
Ooh.
And number 10, our final question. What picture won the Academy Award for the Best Picture of 1969?
Okay.
Boy, some hard ones, Professor.
There are some tough ones in there.
These are straight from the vault.
All right. The professor has spoken, and we'll be back with the answers. And you're going to talk to Shelton, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, maybe he's got some answers.
Hi, welcome to the Subway 7 for 7 radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
Okay, let's have a round of applause.
Thanks, Johnny. Our contestants are playing for the 7 for 7 menu. They'll choose one of 7 different 6-inch subs, including favorites like the Italian BMT and Black Forest ham, plus a 20-ounce drink and chips. All for $7. What a deal! Subway, make it what you want.
At participating restaurants, prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
Tom at Greenwood Pest Control is busy making sure all of his customers are taken care of for year-round pest control. Greenwood Pest Control in Flora would like to remind everyone that they're locally owned and operated. Call today at 618-662-3091 and get on the year-round protection plan from Greenwood Pest Control and Flora. They are located at 8177 Hickory Hill Lane.
When there's no time to be sick, let SSM Health help you feel better faster. For just $25, you can consult an SSM Health provider online about most minor illnesses. Just answer a few questions, receive your treatment plan, and a prescription if needed. It's that easy. Virtual visits are available to everyone. No insurance is required. Start the healing from home at ssmhealth.com/virtual visit.
It's a gobble up the savings super sale at J. Wilderman Autoplex in Mount Carmel. New 2019 model year clearance event, giant manufacturers rebates and dealer discounts. Up to $12,000 off F-150s, $14,000 off Rams, and $7,500 off Renegades. Let's talk turkey with over 300 pre-owned bargains, certified vehicles, low mileage, off-lease vehicles, and over 70 vehicles, $79 to $199 per month with approved credit. Stop by for a friendly buying experience and see all the gobble and good deals at jwildermanautoplex.com.
Small business is the backbone of our communities. It's a good feeling to know that one loan to a business benefits everyone in the community, not just that business. Hi, this is Matt Moore, commercial banker of People's National Bank in Fairfield. We pride ourselves on providing quality products and services to meet the banking needs for the people that work and live right here. Since 1909, our focus continues on you, our customers. People's National Bank, it's our people that make a difference. Since 1909, member FDIC.
Let the Carnaby girls guide you through the simple journey of creating the perfect charm jewelry that tells a story, expresses a sentiment, or makes a style statement. So many new designs plus Christmas charms have arrived. Brighton's charm bracelet promo includes a Joy to the World and Snowflake charm free with a $50 purchase at the Brighton Charm Bar or amulet collection of charms, beads, or spacers. Carnaby's popular Lucky Bird Christmas tees have arrived. Check out their Facebook page for all the cool new designs. Come see the Carnaby Fashion Team. Open late on Thursdays and 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. It is Monday at 8:45, and it's time to talk with Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
Black Friday savings all month long at Le Mans.
You got it. Plus the employee pricing plus. So, that's two big deals there.
And that employee pricing can save you a bunch of money.
That is correct.
On top of
I think we talked Thursday a little bit about this, but we had it on a lot of the 19s that were in stock. But we went ahead and put everything on the 2020 as well. If it's an in-stock vehicle, we'll sell it at Chrysler factory employee price. And the 19s are priced, I think, upwards of up to $2,300 and some odd dollars back of employee pricing.
That is an incredible deal.
We've got some good deals on these 19s, and we're trying a little harder on those to move them out. I mean, 19's almost over, you know.
And, of course, if you're looking for a vehicle, say you want to buy somebody a Christmas gift.
Oh, yeah.
You can put a big red bow on it, right?
That is correct. We know some folks, you know it? We know some folks.
I think you do. Just down the street, right?
Right.
So what else you got going at Le Mans this week?
Maybe we can start a new trend. Maybe we can start giving out Thanksgiving gifts. You know, maybe you need to.
I like that.
Maybe you're thankful for all you have, and you want to get in on the bountiful savings and buy somebody a new car. Hey,
I like that. So what else is going on at Le Mans this week?
We've got some big deals on the leftover 19 stuff and the General Motors side of things as well. I've got a new 19 LTZ crew cab out here in a half-ton Silverado, but I think with the current programs and discounts, it's marked down $11,657.
Those are some serious savings, man. And, you know, with Thanksgiving just around the corner, leftovers is an apt word to use, right?
Yes.
All right.
We want to move all the leftovers, so.
All right. And as always, all of the inventory can be seen online at lemansonline.com.
You are correct.
All right.
Clothing optional shopping right there. You can
All
get
right.
on there and
Okay.
do some shopping.
You betcha. All righty, Sheldon. As always, thanks for joining us. We appreciate the visit. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
All right. You guys have a great
All
week.
right. Bye-bye. Sheldon Munning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Before going on vacation, you need to know what to pack. Preparing for your financial future is similar. Without proper planning, you could very well be left out in the cold. I can offer you a variety of investment strategies designed for your specific needs. Call me, Chris Conard, at 842-7855, located at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned. Give us a like on Facebook.
Fairfield area weather forecast. Cloudy skies today, high 48. 30% chance for rain tonight, low 35. Partly cloudy, 52 tomorrow. For Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 55. Rain likely on Thursday with a high 62 and scattered showers 45 as things cool down for Friday. Overnight low was 39. Yesterday's high was 49. Currently humidity at 87%. Winds are calm. Pressure at 29.99. Cloudy skies right now, 42 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looks good as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the state of Illinois in terms of precipitation at the present time. Radar weather brought to you this morning by the Conard Financial Group. And let's get back into trivia for this.
We're very fortunate to have the professor here. I didn't realize that was his title. The Professor Denny Reese
Hard
from
to live
Grayville.
down.
Yeah. You know, what was Roy? What was the professor's name on Gilligan's Island? It was Roy something.
Roy Hinckley.
There he is. I knew you'd know this.
Yeah.
I knew you'd know this.
All right. Trivia.
Fire away,
Movie
buddy.
trivia.
Okay. Number one, we want to know the counterculture film about a couple guys on motorcycles going to the Mardi Gras. What was it?
Easy Rider.
You got it, Mark.
Easy Rider.
Mark was born to be wild.
I don't
That's
remember.
right.
And I think that's the first reference to the word heavy metal in the way of music.
I think so.
I think that movie was the one that coined that phrase.
We want the buddy film with Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
You got it. What's that song from that film?
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
By who?
B.J. Thomas,
Yep,
didn't he?
there
It
we
was
go,
by
yep.
B.J. Thomas. That's right.
Yeah. I love B.J. Thomas. I've got a couple of his albums. I love his voice.
I'm not sure Mike got this one, but he was rolling around in his head, the James Bond film with George Lazenby.
I can't remember the name. If you know it.
I think it's Dr. No.
No, that's first.
No,
one.
we got the peanut gallery weighing in.
Somebody's got it out there. Tom.
Tom, what did Tom say?
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
isn't that the one where he cries? I mean, what I'm saying is it was like a big deal.
I
that
hate
James
to say
Bond,
this. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen it either.
I've
But
seen
I
that
think
one
the
either.
big deal about it was he was totally out of character James Bond wouldn't cry at the death of somebody.
And that's why George Lazenby is not on James Bond anymore.
One and
He
only
did
appearance.
one film.
Yeah. Okay. How about the big budget musical starring Barbara Streisand?
A Star is Born?
Nope.
No.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
All right.
Tom got it from the peanut gallery.
Who's that iconic actor known for westerns and war films who finally won his Oscar?
Duke.
The Duke, John Wayne.
It was The Shootist, wasn't it?
Nope.
It was not The Shootist.
True Grit.
True Grit.
He said if I'd known this, I'd have put that eye patch on years ago. Okay, the best supporting actor for playing in They Shoot Horses, don't they? About dance marathons in the 1930s.
Boy, you got me. Anybody out there? Tom sounds like he might know.
I think this guy was once married to Elizabeth Montgomery.
Oh, Bewitched.
I do not know.
Boy,
Gig Young.
Gig Young. No.
Okay,
I
how
wouldn't have
about
got that one.
How about these two guys were made for musicals? Lee Marvin, Clint Eastwood.
Bye Bye Birdie?
Nope.
No.
It was a Western, but it's still a musical.
A Western musical with Lee Marvin and Clint Eastwood.
Get your gun. No.
You want it?
Yeah, give it to us.
Paint Your Wagon.
Paint Your Wagon.
Your
Okay.
Wagon.
Okay, what was the movie stinker called Hook, Line, and Sinker? I won't know actually
no idea.
who starred in it.
Hook, Line, and Sinker. Nothing from the peanut gallery?
Goldie Hawn. I don't know.
No, it was a man, gentleman.
No idea.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, he starred really towards the end of his career. He made a lot of movies that didn't go very far.
But he was good on that telephone for a
he
long
sure
time.
was,
Yeah.
known for that. Now, this singer made his last acting appearance with Mary Tyler Moore. Change of Habit.
What did he say?
I don't know.
Elvis. Presley.
Okay.
The final question.
Okay, you might have a bonus because we got a little bit of time, right?
Okay.
Yes, we do.
We can talk about some of these questions too.
Okay, good.
What picture won the Academy Award in 1969 for Best Picture? It also was a buddy film.
A buddy film.
A different kind of buddy film.
The Graduate.
Yeah. One of the stars was in it.
Dustin Hoffman.
This movie was actually rated X originally.
Oh. Carnal Knowledge?
Nope. You're in the right time frame.
I don't know.
No.
Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy. Oh, I should have known that.
Yeah.
69, I was 12 years old. I don't think I would have been allowed to go to it.
Probably not.
Probably not going to.
All right, and the bonus question.
Yes.
Well, our bonus question actually was about the song, but there was a song from Midnight Cowboy. Was a hit. Anybody remember what that was?
I have no clue.
What are we doing right now?
I'm sitting here leaning against a microphone.
The song was called Everybody's Talking.
Oh.
Everybody's talking.
My favorite Clint Eastwood was the radio broadcasting movie. You remember that one?
Oh,
Jessica Walters was
Play
in it.
Misty for Me.
That was it. Play Misty for me.
Okay.
What it did was scare the heck out of you. If you have a listener that wants to meet you somewhere and you don't know anything about them, but they play up to your ego, and you go there and they're very dangerous.
Yep.
And the other thing that's wonderful about radio, as I learned at the National Association of Farm Broadcasters, is most people are in radio for a reason. They're not in TV.
Yeah.
Like me.
And they're certainly not wanting to get rich.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Denny Reese has been with us this morning. Thank you. We're going to do it again, Professor. We appreciate
that's
you
great.
being here. And you're going to have to find us another big name guest.
I was at WMCL for 10 years, and
Good.
I finally got released on good behavior.
Come back again, Denny. Thank
Okay.
you for
Please
being
do.
here.
You guys,
Appreciate it.
Been great.
Tomorrow, Galen Dunn's here, and I have to be gone again. I've got an assignment. I'll be back on Wednesday.
You're trying to use up all that vacation
No,
time.
it's all
for the
business.
new year, huh?
Trust me. Take care. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, downtown Wayne City. No one beats their prices on Serta iComfort mattresses. See weekly pictures and prices on Facebook.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump on Twitter says he likes the idea and will strongly consider